watching us from the city stand once again, and we are right here at the stand, dishing it out to you raw the way it is and what's happening today. You can see us at the newsstand this afternoon, all the way from Urban Newsstand as Lagos, Nigeria, and we are here to dissect issues once more. And what are we talking about this afternoon? Is very, you can see that it's very, very sunny, very, very hot afternoon, and we are here to run what we are supposed to do this afternoon. Simon Ekpa is a breaking news that reached us just a few minutes ago. Simon Ekpa has been arrested by the Finnish government. And what is his offense? What was Simon Ekpa arrested for? I wouldn't want to go straight, talking about what led to his arrest, but I need to just make a reference to what some dailies or some papers or media organizations said about his arrest this afternoon. If you're watching us, this is City Stand. Michael Adekunle. Right here with me is Femi, one of our reviewers at the stand. We also have Olua, one of Baland. We got the breaking news together. We say, okay, we need to come to the stand to reel out this information. All right, on one of the papers, we have the headline saying Simon Ekpa, 4 others arrested in Finland over terror-related activities. Simon Ekpa, 4 others arrested over terror-related activities. And we have another one from the cable newspaper, saying that Finland court sent Simon Ekpa to prison over terrorist propaganda. Terrorist propaganda. Let me quickly read out what this particular daily is saying. Yeah, that's the Sun newspaper. The Sun newspaper. Of course, we are in the Sun now. Really now this information. So ready to yeah. All right, I finished. Nigerian separatist agitator Simon Ekpa and 4 other individuals have been arrested in Finland over terror-related activities. A local report in Finland said that Ekpa, the self-declared Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic government in exile, was remanded in custody by the District Court of Pajat Army or something like that on suspicion of public incitement to commit a crime with terrorist intent. In a Thursday statement, that's today. Today is Thursday. In a Thursday statement published on its website, the Central Criminal Police in Finland said it arrested 5 persons on suspicion of terrorist crimes. And of course, don't forget that the Nigerian government has been calling for the arrest of Simon Ekpa. We don't know if Simon Ekpa will be repatriated to Nigeria or not, but the bone of contention here is that Simon Ekpa has been arrested by the Finnish government. Now, let's continue. The police said the main suspect was arrested on suspicion of public incitement to commit a crime with terrorist intent, while 4 others were arrested for financing a terrorist crime. The police added, claims will be heard in Pajat District Court today, November 21. The statement reads, the detention demands are related to the preliminary investigation in which a Finnish citizen of Nigerian background, born in the 1980s, is suspected of public incitement to commit a crime with terrorist intent. The police suspect that the man has promoted his effort from Finland by means that have led to violence against civilians, authorities, as well as other crimes in the region of southeastern Nigeria. The statement quoted the head of the investigation crime commissioner Otto Itonen from the Central Crime Police as saying that the man has carried out this activity among things on his social media channels. 4 other persons are suspected of financing the aforementioned activity. All 5 suspects of the crime have been arrested during the beginning of the week. International cooperation has been carried out during the preliminary investigation, the statement added. Now, the bone of contention here is that Simon Ekpa, the self-acclaimed freedom fighter outside Nigeria, fighting for their Biafra freedom, has been arrested. Femi, it came to us as a breaking news.
It's a breaking news.
It's a breaking news.
Well, Mr. Mike, recently I was meditating within myself that this man called Simon Ekpa, will he be able to defend himself if they eventually arrest him? Because he has been associating himself with the terrorist activities. He has been acknowledging some of these terrorist activities in the southeast, and he has been proudly coming out to associate himself with the people being killed, with the Nigeria police being killed, with soldier being killed, with some perceived enemy within in Igbo land, people that have different idea about his own idea. People that he thought that they don't share the same idea with him. When they die, he celebrates them. Somebody was just killed recently. That person was believed to be supporter of Mansi Nnamdi Kanu. He was murdered in the presence of his daughter, killed by 4 unknown gunmen, believed to be supporter of Simon Ekpa. One cogent question that everybody is supposed to ask himself, that despite all the reason that Simon Ekpa is bringing to defend himself, is it justified all around the world? Self-defense. That somebody do me this, then this is what I choose to do, not what the court choose. You can accuse federal government of do this, of do that, but do you have that right to go in your own way? To perpetrate all this evil, to hide under one flimsy excuse to perpetrate this evil. Let me tell you, the terrorists around the world today, ask them, why do they do this? They will give you one flimsy excuse. They may say that, since Western world has decided to do something, they have decided to do it in this way. But is it accepted? That's what I was telling somebody of recent, that this thing, okay, Professor Banje Akintoye is one that is championing, emancipation of Yoruba, self-governance. Can you trace any terrorism activities
Zero.
to Professor Banje Akintoye?
Zero.
If he come out to address people, can you trace one of his statements as incitement? Has he ever asked anybody to go and attack? Has he ever bring gun? Has he ever asked anybody that, since federal government has decided to do this, this is what you're supposed to do? Go and kill them, kill their police, kill their soldier. Can you trace something like that?
No.
And I said, Sunday Igboho, because of a little incitement that he brought into his words, like if they sent 100 soldiers to me, they will remain few. That is, you are challenging them. And they ask him, so if he shoot you, do you mean that the bullet will not come in? That was the result of what he saw in his house. So I told them that there is a very thin line in between asking for self-rule and when you have find yourself culpable. It's very, very thin. If proper care is not taken, then you find you culpable. With this kind of a scenario where Simon Ekpa are being arrested, I'm waiting for how some people will now come out and tell us that Simon Ekpa is just asking for what for those things peacefully, or is justified the way he's doing his thing. Honestly speaking, let me tell you, Mr. Mike, I've always think that this Simon Ekpa is a dangerous person, but let him give our federal government woto, so that they too, they will know that what they are doing. I'm not supporting, it's not, this thing I'm talking about, it does not mean that I'm supporting how Nigeria is being structured now, or where we are being governed. And when they don't do something better, that's why people call for disintegration or whatever they want to call it. But that does not mean we will use evil to pay evil. Two wrong things cannot make right. That is when Simon Ekpa will be found culpable.
All right, I'm just making reference to the stories on dailies and on social media. I have not really confirmed it. The Sun has carried the news, the cable, and some other dailies. I've said it. And looking at the comment section, I have some of our viewers saying that Mr. Michael, please stop. Simon Ekpa is very okay. And I have Urobo Boy, that was from Chuku Jeku, that Chuku Jeku said, Mr. Michael, please stop. Simon Ekpa is very okay. Now, Urobo Boy, now God, the Nigerian government has started again. You have another person, also Obinwa, saying that Simon Ekpa is not arrested, but the others were arrested. Now, we don't know which one to follow, but the bone of contention here is that the headlines are speaking and saying that Simon Ekpa has been arrested. Now, Michael, some people suspect Nigerian government to be behind this ordeal or this arrest carried out by the Finnish government. What's your take on it? You are one of the persons that sent it to me.
Yes,
I must acknowledge the fact.
I saw that news.
And thank God I'm still Ogba.
A couple of minutes ago, and I had to call you to find out and all of that. So, as to whether the Nigerian government is aware of his arrest and all of that, I think even before now, there has been diplomatic pressure on the Finnish government to act. Don't forget, just as my brother said, a lot of incisive statements has been coming from his end, and some of the uproar that we have seen in the southeast.
All right, of course, it's very, very hot here, but we still need to continue with the program. Please, come, get to one mic, please. Yeah. So, viewers all over the world, still City Stand, and we are here at Ogba Newsstand talking about the arrest of the freedom fighter himself, Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa, as we all know, has been fighting for the freedom of the Igbos, the Igbo race. Is in Finland. Reaching us this afternoon, breaking news. Simon Ekpa has been arrested, and I'm here with some of the analysts to dissect issues with me this morning. In the comment section, some viewers are saying that he has not been arrested, that about 4 persons were arrested, and not Simon Ekpa.
Can I respond to that?
Yeah.
Anyway, they should calm down. Those people, because I believe what is happening, I've likened it to. Sorry to permit me to say this statement. That is, I liken it to masturbation. When you can't have sex, then you go to bedroom and you feel like you are having sex. That's what is happening to the Igbo, these people in the southeast. When they can't get the real thing, but how could I call it? A dummy of it, or a toy. When you can't have a car, maybe I will have said it better than that earlier. That when you can't have a car, then you have a toy car. It will suit you that. After all, I can't ride a car, then I have a toy car. That is what Simon Ekpa is doing to them. Play on their intelligence. Majority of them now are happy, but because the Simon Ekpa make them feel that Biafra has been actualized and they are under the reigning of another government, like Prime Minister of Biafra, and giving them some instruction, like nobody should go out today, and all of them answer. But and it's not want to be gullible. They will know that what Simon Ekpa is doing is just try to do is that he declared like a month of sit at home for everything related to federal government in that place. No police, no soldier, but we know how everything went up to this moment. If I want to challenge them, that they should go into Nigeria army barrack in their region and attack them, then we will see the results. And up to this moment, they said this man will not be buried until Nnamdi Kanu is released. They are just using Nnamdi Kanu as an excuse. I'm still waiting for the day that Nnamdi Kanu will be released, and I want to see the response of Simon Ekpa. That what is he going to happen is now he claimed to be Prime Minister of the Southeast now. If Nnamdi Kanu come out, then what will Nnamdi Kanu become? And some of supporters of Nnamdi Kanu that were killed, I saw Simon Ekpa celebrating their death. Of recent, one man, I couldn't remember his name, was one of the presenters at Radio Biafra, supporter of Nnamdi Kanu. He was murdered in the presence of his daughter, and some people came out to mock his death. From the day I realized that this man mock people that he perceive his enemy, even if they come from Igbo side, he mock them. When Uba died, this Uba that they brought home, he mock him. When Unwayawu died, Emmanuel Unwayawu, despite all things that Unwayawu has offered to the Southeast, Simon Ekpa came out to mock him that this is my passive enemy, and they died, and he started mocking them. And I was like, who is this man, Simon Ekpa? Even if you are looking for something, you have to soft. And I have not, like some people are still doubting. You see, arrest. Some people say it was 4 people that were arrested. What will make some people to 4 people to be arrested and Simon Ekpa not arrested means that maybe Simon Ekpa tried to run away, because those people he's talking about, are they arrested in Nigeria? They are arrested over there.
Yeah.
So what anybody got any government to make arrest follower of Simon Ekpa, 4 of them, meaning that Simon Ekpa himself is found culpable.
Four persons arrested, and we have it in the comment section that Simon Ekpa is not arrested. What's your take on it?
Michael, it's an ongoing story. Things are still unfolding as the story goes. So a lot of things are still not clear as to the exact situation of things. As I said, the story broke, and a lot of media feet are already on it now. But as the day goes by, we begin to get clearer pictures of things in terms of the exact state of which I mean, as my brother was speaking the other time, what came to my mind is that we cannot play down the influence of Samuel Ekpa in the Southeast, regardless the fact that there are between himself and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We cannot still play down the weight to a large extent that he has in that state. And as I have always said, I'm not from that region, so I respect even some of the people that followed him for reasons best known that do comes out from Samuel Ekpa from time to time, especially the sit at home order. It is not all Southeasterners that are really cool with that decision. It is not all Southeasterners that really wanted to obey that decision. But for the degree of enforcement, which goes as far as killing people on the road that choose not to obey that instruction, for that alone, a lot of people would rather choose to stay indoor than to risk their life. The enforcement has made a lot of people to comply with those orders, not because they are really cool with it. And those are some of the things that we know is happening in that part of the country.
Now, to prove the point that some or the claims of some dailies on this program, I have a picture here showing that Simon Ekpa was really arrested. You can see it right here on camera. I don't know how to put it here. I don't know if some of the viewers are seeing it. I don't know if the viewers are seeing it. You can see the picture of the law enforcement agents in Finland and arresting Simon Ekpa. Yeah, you can see the picture right here. I don't know how true this is, but sometimes pictures don't lie. Pictures don't lie.
Pictures do lie now. This is AI.
And as I said, sometimes
generation.
Sometimes
Not accurately 100%.
now let me look at BBC report on this issue. The BBC report, the cable is still making a reference to BBC report. Now, BBC reports that Ekpa was subsequently sent to prison by the district court of Payat for spreading terrorist propaganda on social media. Ekpa was said to have committed the crime in 2021 in Lahti municipality. The Finnish National Bureau of Investigation (NBI) also arrested 4 other men over alleged terrorist offenses. A citizen of Finland and Nigeria, Ekpa has described himself as leader of the separatist Igbo group since Nnamdi Kanu's incarceration. Finnish police say Ekpa's activities and social media rhetoric may have fanned the flames of violence in the southeast of Nigeria. He carries out these activities from his social media channels. For example, said Otto Iltunen, detective, pardon my pronunciation. I've not really confirmed. Yeah. Otto Itonen, detective, chief inspector of the NBI, in February 2023, Ekpa was arrested by police at his residence in Lati, but was released after hours of questioning. Used and social 2023 general election. You can see it. I'm not the one saying this. I need to
What you hear, you
state
are
the fact.
saying to
Yeah,
us.
I'm reading what I am seeing here, the report here. In September 2021, the Biafra agitator and secessionist denounced Nigeria and vowed to return the medal he won for the country at the 2023 African Junior Athletics Championships. Now, it stops here.
Mr. Mike,
stops here.
I'm sorry, I just come in like
This is a
that.
report we are getting.
This thing we are talking about, that he returned his medal. Yeah, about it. That one, those are one not criminal. Simon Ekpa returned medal. Yes, he's an athlete. The medal that you receive on behalf of Nigeria, he returned it, but that is not the issue. He have right to denounce any country. He has right. But I'm still going back to my point that everybody has rights to seek for self-governance that we want to separate from. But in the course of doing this thing, what are the steps you are taking? That is why you will be found culpable. And I cite a good example of Professor Banji Akintoye that has been on this thing since all this day, and it was not be able to. Now, recently, Professor Ango Abdullahi came out and told us that Nigeria has expired since 2014, 10 years ago. Those kind of a thing, when you take them to court, you cannot charge them for treason because he didn't call for anybody death, and he didn't call for the northerners to go and harm themselves so that they can separate Nigeria. Now, Simon Ekpa usually come out on social media to buttress some of his activities, that it is Nigeria terrorists that come to their side. This kind of a thing is not a news in Nigeria. Since the day of military, how was fellow mothers killed in this country?
So you can't relate mother key to this situation.
No, I'm coming. It has always been like this. It has always been like this. But when you want to retaliate, people may not see what the government do. Yoruba will say, "Tí eṣinṣin bá ń jẹ elégbò, àwa yín ò ní rí wí." But when elégbò now kill eṣinṣin and put it in his mouth, people say, that is why be very, very careful in their approach. Yeah. Otherwise, it is their mistake people will see. Yeah. If Nigeria government commit, let me tell you, do you want to personalize to this artist? What happened when former chief of army staff killed like 300 northerners one day, their own son? I'm talking about, what's the name of former chief of army staff? Tukau, Buratai, killed around 300 men in Kaduna one day.
Movement.
One day, because the block is moved its way. Movement.
And it was not supposed to
where is the right? Where is the case? Nobody talk about it.
Because
now, if the northerners now go and harm themselves and they started killing Nigeria soldiers, you understand what I'm saying? Or when Fulani men come to our southwest and started killing people, they kill the daughter of our leader, First Sovereignty. He was killed. So many people have killed him. Now, if anybody now say, go and harm yourself, let's begin to kill Nigeria police or Nigeria soldier, then you'll be found culpable. Because I asked it at the beginning of this interview that, has it been a normal thing that people will pay evil with evil? Has it been right that, okay, somebody do wrong thing, you refuse to go and, report him in the police, then the next thing for you is to go and retaliate in that way? Can you use that one? To justify yourself in the court of law. Even if you want to use it to justify yourself in the court of law, you need a strong lawyer. And if your lawyer do a lot of work, then you will not go scot-free. You will pay some fine. You may not get that fine, that punishment. Accordingly, maybe it's somebody that just provoke you, but you will not go free. That is my stance.
Now, Mike, let's quickly look at the potential consequences of Simon Ekpa's arrest between the Nigerian government and the Finnish government. What are the potential consequences?
Of course, the Nigerian government will celebrate such move. If there will be reaction from the Nigerian government, we have to applaud. We will definitely applaud that kind of a move coming from the Finnish government if actually the stories are true. As I said earlier, there has been diplomatic pressure before now to
Get him arrested,
or
repatriate
do
him.
something. Definitely, I don't see that happening. I don't personally.
And I don't want it.
Personally, I don't see.
I'm coming to you.
I don't see any kind of
form of
repatriation.
repatriation.
I don't see it. If the Finnish government is going to act, I think they will just handle everything within their space, within their territory, and that will just be it. I don't see them bringing an Ekpa into the country and all of that. So that's the way. That's my view. And all. So definitely, the government of Nigeria will celebrate it. The Finnish government will have been seen to act in accordance with what the government of Nigeria wanted and all that. So that will probably strengthen the ties that is between the two countries the more. So that's where I see the kind of relationship that has occurred between Nigeria and the Finnish government.
Yeah, you said you don't see.
I don't see it coming, and I will not agree with bringing him back to Nigeria, because I want to believe to some extent that the man should be prosecuted there, and any judgment that they felt him for Simon Ekpa, he should meet it there. Because bringing him back to Nigeria, it will, first of all, it will make the insecurity that we are crying for in the Southeast, it will make it worse.
Yes.
And Nigeria government, I don't trust them. The way they will handle the case, you will not be able to defend them. When the people from that side coming out to talk about Masin Namdekano, I've not been able to defend Nigeria government, because we have seen a lot of situations where people that they even commit the error, they were set free. How many Boko Haram leader of Boko Haram have been arrested and sentenced and killed in our open eyes? How many of them have they been able to arrest? They were unable to do all those things, but I will be very proud to see Nigeria, to exonerate Nigeria government and to defend Nigeria government. If Simon Ekpa is being tried in that place, whether I find him guilty or not, is none of my business. But so far, Finland government have been able to find something that this man creating trouble, and they arrest him. Let them also, prosecute in that place, and I believe in their judgment more than our hearsay. That is my.
Mike, sorry. Part of what's told the Nnamdi Kanu case, even here in Nigeria, is the move that he was brought back into the country, if you remember.
Yes.
And that is part of what has cast a major dent even on his prosecution. Because part of what his lawyers are saying is that you cannot build legality on an illegal act. You have acted illegally. The way you brought him back into the country is questionable. You have not been able to answer certain questions about how he was brought back into the country. As if he was kidnapped back there in Kenya, and he was rushed down the country and all that. So they've not been able to sort that, and that's really made the case not to be smooth.
And a very big question to answer.
Putting a big question mark to, you cannot go ahead with prosecuting this man if you have not cleared the mold at which you brought him back into the country, and that has cast a lot of doubts, a lot of aspersion on how he was brought back into the country. So if you are going to bring an Ekpa back into the country, just as my brother said, you are going to fuel a lot of agitation more agitation within that part of the country, and which we was seeing, what we are already witnessing. So it doesn't make any security sense to be thinking of extraditing him back to them.
Now, has this not brought a doubt about the restoration or realization of Biafra?
It hasn't. It hasn't. Let me tell you, if they arrest 10 Simon Ekpa today, another 20 Simon Ekpa will rise up tomorrow. That is where I was. Where I was coming. That is the truth of the matter. Until Nigeria government do the needful and try to set balance. Otherwise, a quest for self-governance. Okay, you are talking of Simon Ekpa. What about Professor Ango Abdullahi? Simon Ekpa, I don't know his background, but Professor Ango Abdullahi just came out and told us that Nigeria has expired 10 years ago. There are some things that make him to say something like that, and since it's not only Southeast that are agitating for the separation of Nigeria, almost all regions are asking for the separation of Nigeria. That's to tell you that it doesn't stop agitation. Arresting Simon Ekpa is not up to the battle we fight in 1967. 3 years of battle, hunger, stagnation, and the killing of about 3 million. Arresting of Simon Ekpa is not up to that. And despite all what the witness is still spring up. Calling for the self-ruling of Biafra is a spirit that nobody can kill. No matter how many Simon Ekpa you arrest or Nnamdi Kanu, it cannot stop it. It will still come up. Yeah. The best thing for Nigeria is to look inward and stop chasing Simon Ekpa outside there. And there are Simon Ekpa in Finland. We have thousands of Simon Ekpa southeast clamoring for the separation.
And they will spring up.
Yeah. They are there, spring up every day.
Only one.
You see, we are all talking. We must talk. Because now it says a breaking news. It must be breaking news. It never circulated, and it must be circulated. It can't circulate it. See, we are just talking about the reality of Nigeria. Because Nigeria must come to pass one day. Because I believe that one thing that is going to happen now, because we are not happy with ourselves. Sincerely, just what both of them are saying. Some people to be brought here to Nigeria now saying contract, including Kanu, that be disastrous. It can even link to this place, Lagos. Lagos is the home of the whole Nigeria now. The northerner and the westerner. So we have 3 regions, Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo. Not only Yoruba has any live now with 2 eyes closed and sleep well. Let us speak the truth. Igbo has only live with 2 eyes closed. Hausa has only live with 2 eyes closed. So the truth is set you free. Why? Because 2 of them, they are enemies from the beginning. Okay, now, Kanu was that prison now. Somewhere come from nowhere. Who is somewhere in the first place? You see, people know the press people who just come from nowhere because the propaganda people, make people complete. Millions are believing in him. But I know he's a human being. But you know your utterance, whether it's true or not true. But I know Nigeria is battling every day to apprehend him. Because his language, they are afraid. Somewhere, let me frank, just what to say. Akilo, what you say? Yoruba home. Okay, what about Hausa home? See, they bring, when they say education, it's a freedom home of the reality, of the humanity, of the kingdom home there. No sitting down on Monday, come outside, what are you people? Bah, what are you old man? Bah, what are you smoking? Bah, why? Okay, see the utterance of Kanu a month ago. He said, if his federal government should give him a charge, don't give me 2 days. Say, we silence that insecurity in that man home. I said, he said, there will be peace there. He said, who is that pastor? Use that language. He said, I saw it, I read the script. He said, who is that pastor when I go talk, when I go say a lie? Who is he referring to? He's referring to Samuel Pan. You see, we are all educated. We go school small, but we don't go more than we go school. He said, I will reveal the secret of men to you. Samuel Pan is there a lot under how many days? Okay, now, Samuel Pan divide Igbo. People believe in Kanu. People believe in Samuel Pan. People believe in Uzwarike. Mozop. God bless you. Okay, 3 in one home. Is it possible?
I'm coming to you, Oluwawan.
See, God will bless you. Don't come to me. Let me finish my document.
All right.
You are reading the document?
I'm trying to tell you the reality.
Okay. All right.
Somebody said 2 on December. Well, today's what?
21st of November.
24 November. How many days when it will be 2?
You remain small.
See, let me arithmetical here, mathematics. You know what reach 10 days, Abi. Okay, now they will declare another sovereign nation on problem when Nigeria still get for hand. No food, no work, poverty, hunger everywhere. Can't water never finish, Boko Haram never finish. Now another one no come as a Karuma. The one you call it shape, another brent up for okay, now Finland matter day. Now we hear breaking news. How many Nigerians collect? How many?
Oluwawan, I'm coming.
But it's reality. Like if you don't feed one, go everybody go. Yoruba, go your way. Hausa, go your way. You go. See, I'm trying to let you know that. See, things come now. God knows the arrangement of things.
Thank you, Oluwa.
Thank you so much.
We must go our separate way
Oluwawan.
because the problem is getting out of hand.
All right, thank you so much.
I'm
I
not
really
going.
appreciate you for coming.
I should go.
Thank you so much.
I should
appreciate
go.
you for coming.
I saw it for granted. You pick it too. This is food.
You can use it. All right.
I will use it. I will use
It's
it.
okay, Oluwawan. Thank you.
See, don't try to drive me away from my language I was speaking.
No, you are not. You are not
Nobody's
dragging
dragging
you.
God will bless all of us.
Oluwa.
One
Bless
love.
you.
God will set us together.
One love.
See, we need peace. We need harmony. We need freedom.
Thank you,
We're tired of talking when they let us there. We don't have security anymore.
Thank you so much,
you.
Oluwawan.
Because
God
your
bless
talk and his talk. Anytime you
Thank you.
because
Thank you,
one carry one like
Oluwawan.
now. God will bless all of you.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
Oluwawan.
All right, moving down to what we are discussing. What do you think will be running in the minds of the followers of Simon Ekpa? I know it's, some of them will not be happy with this development. What do you think will be running through your mind?
Definitely, if the story we are hearing is true, it will be a big blow from for the camp of Samuel Ekpa at this time. This is not what they want to hear at all at a time like this, and obviously the followers of this ideology that Ekpa's brought will definitely not be happy with the development that we're seeing. So that's exactly what will be in the camp of Ekpa now. If the story is actually correct, definitely they won't be happy with it.
Well, Mr. Mike, what is really happening is that Nigeria government should go and brace up for more storm. Coming like a raging storm, fasting off your braids. They have to go and brace up. But unfortunately, Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has not been so serious about what is happening in the southeast. He didn't see it as a security threat. Have you? I don't know. You are into this business. You are a journalist. I've not heard any time President Bola Ahmed Tinubu come out as a Nigeria president to address the issue we are having in the southeast. On no men kill police, on no men kill soldier kill on no men. It's like President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not bothered, and this is the kind of news that I'm afraid that I don't know what is in the mind of president. You know, when Buhari was there, Buhari was hot. Operation Python Dance, Operation Crocodile Smile, and not that Southeast people they have known who they are playing joker with. That this is a Buhari. Buhari don't joke with anybody. But President Bola Ahmed Tinubu does for that. He allowed soldiers to kill people from Southeast. They are killing soldiers, and he didn't come out to talk anything. And Nigeria Army self, instead of them to talk mostly about what is happening there, get them over. So their eyes is in the on the Simon Ekpa that they are just successfully arrested now. My challenge is that after you have successfully arrested, if it is true, Simon Ekpa in that place now, what are you going to do to his foot soldier here? Because once Simon Ekpa is in Finland, we have thousands of his foot soldier in Nigeria here, and so many of his follower all around the world. What are you going to do about them? Is it not for the right time for the federal government to stop chasing saddle and do needful? If this country move forward, honestly speaking, there wouldn't be any call for let everybody go in its way. If there is an injustice, then there will be problem. It's not every religion that will be like Yoruba region, that will come to our side. We will kill our brother, rape our sister, and nothing will happen. You know, this kind of thing has been happening in Benue State for a very long time. That the herdsmen, they will come into a particular community, destroy their community. Likewise in Plateau State, it has been happening. But it's not every region that can embrace all this. Especially where a particular region that has felt marginalized, fell out of a country that no, we are not part of this country, and if they see that kind of a thing, honestly speaking, there will be a strong, I mean, a retaliation and kick against towards this kind of a move. That is the problem I'm having. It's not only that they will not be happy, but they may intensify the insecurity we are having in Southeast. And why I support that, Simon Ekpa should be tried in Finland, not necessarily bring him back to Nigeria. Because if they bring him back, maybe you are seeing sit at home on Monday alone. Honestly speaking, the pressure will be very, very high.
No, just come back to you, Michael. If fully Ekpa is arrested, as we see it in some of these dailies or on social media, do you think this can put stop to the sit-at-home directive given by him in the Southeast?
Definitely it won't. It's an ideology, just as it has been expressed. It's an ideology hardly die. They are picked up from generation to generation. And I mean everyone that believes in such ideology. So as an ideology that may not go away in anytime soon. If it's actually true that Ekpa is arrested, it will never stop what the followers of that ideology believe in. It will stop the agitation that has been going on in Southeast. As a matter of fact, it may likely aggravate what we have been witnessing in the Southeast before now. So, just as my brother said, the CNC should brace up for
more Simon Ekpas,
more
Nnamdi Kanu.
You know, it's like a spirit. It lives inside people and all of that. So it goes beyond just picking up one person and all of that. So people will still agitate, people will still give instructions. If you look at even international terrorists like Al-Qaeda and all of that, you know, from time to time, they kill their leaders, and you see them appointing new leaders almost immediately, and before you know it, that ideology keep pressing on. It's the same way with any form of ideology. So it won't go away. The agitations will not go away. It is not every war, I must say, that you win with kinetic operations. Government of Nigeria should look at how they can approach some of these things non-kinetically, and explore other methods, other ways of resolving matters. Some things can be resolved by negotiation. Something all people want is just a sense of inclusion into the place you call their country. That is what a lot of people are interested in. If their business is flourishing, if they are not marginalized in any way, if an average Southeast person can do his business anywhere in the country without feeling threatened and all of that, without saying, okay, you cannot be voted for, even if you have spent all your years in that environment and all of that. A sense of inclusion generally is what Nigerians are looking for, including my brothers from the Southeast. So government can begin to look at this area and not just about deploying soldiers every now and then. We have lost a lot of our guys. We have lost a lot of Nigerians that are not even soldiers as a result of some of these needless fights.
Now, would you call this a win-win for the Nigerian government?
It's not a win. It's not a win-win.
Or let's say the alleged arrest.
It's not a win-win, Mr. Mike. You can win a war, but you may not win a battle. They just win a war, but they have not won the battle, because the battle will continue. We are talking about millions of people. I mean, people represent a particular ideology, and it's a spirit. You You may be celebrating now that you have bring them, that you have arrested Simon Ekpa. Like I told you, what about okay? Nnamdi Kanu was once a leader, but Simon Ekpa was more sophisticated at this time. That is what I am afraid of. The old Southeast, like I told you, let me tell you, if we including the politician, what they will have want is their own self-rule. Depend on how Ojuku want them to be. But unfortunately, they couldn't get it. Now, after the civil war, you couldn't embrace them more. At least do something to amend the wound that you have placed in their mind. Now it is moving on like that. Now they now say, okay, so far you have refused. After the war, they were give each one of them were given £20, irrespective of what you have before. They were given £20, and they came back. Up to this moment, they still felt marginalized. Okay, you felt marginalized. What if you give you? What if we support you and make you president? They don't sit. Let me tell you, if they give them presidency, it will not don't sit. Why? Because these Fulani people, they will not make a core Igbo man to be a president, like they do to us in Yoruba land. If they want to make anybody to be president in Yoruba land, in Igbo land, it's not going to be Obio. It will either be Opi Sodima or Okoro Ausa. That Igbo people don't like. That they know, that they know that if they call this one, come, is that no, can't you see? When Obasanjo was Nigeria president, no, they don't have problem with him. Why? Because Obasanjo is ready to listen to them every time.
In their beat.
Honestly, we want Sharia. Who is dragging Sharia? Have Sharia. We want this. Chief of Army Staff from North. They don't have challenge. But Tinubu, that is we can say, as I usually come, is a Yoruba person. Honestly, when they started having issues with him, it is Tinubu that first appoint a Yoruba man to be a controller general of customs. It has never happened. All this kind of thing is trying to checkmate them. It's sending message. And immediately you are sending message, you are receiving challenge from that place. Peter Obi, somebody said they will never make an Anambra man president of Nigeria. And I ask why. They say, because they have money. After that one, they are so brave. Like Ojuku, for somebody to face the whole Nigeria, both north and southwest, honestly speaking, both the and southwest, Ojuku has this audacity to face us. Don't dare an Anambra man, and that is a typical Igbo man. They are afraid of them up to this moment. Tomorrow, they are afraid of them. These people, they have money. Are you talking of money?
They are afraid.
And when it's now time of coming together, teaming together to face a passive enemy, give it to them. They can, as we are talking now, if Igbo perceive you as an enemy, they can contribute 1 trillion naira to fight a particular cause. You will be wondering where the money is coming from. The spread all around the world. But my advice to Nigeria government that people like that, as strong, as smart, as sweat like that, why not try to embrace them? Embrace them. Do they need? Give it to them. But I will not go away from my belief that people should not succumb or agree to that school of thought that they don't want them to be president in Nigeria, because it was as once happened to Yoruba race. Awolowo contested 2 times, and they deny him. Abiola contested, and they deny him. Igbo people, they should forge ahead. If they are talking about presidency, I don't know which one they want, presidency or Biafra. But if it is matter of presidency, it is never too late. Tomorrow is another day. They can work on it. Even if it is Biafra, honestly speaking, they should not stop. They should forge ahead.
Okay, you want to keep in your own point? I'm coming.
What I see in
Come
Nigeria.
closer to this.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, control your question. Let me so that I can know. Yeah.
Are you listening to the conversation? Then you make your contribution.
What I saw about Nigeria is just that we are talking about creation of employment. What Nigeria needs for the way forward.
What you are discussing here is the arrest of Simon Ekpa, the alleged arrest of Simon Ekpa, because some viewers in the comment section don't believe that Simon Ekpa has been arrested. Some of the viewers don't believe that he has been arrested, and that's what we're discussing here. Do you have any insight? Do you have an idea that Simon Ekpa has been arrested?
I've never had an idea. I heard it in the news this morning, but I haven't believed that it's true that he was truly arrested.
Mm, mm.
Because the agitation that is happening is creation of states. It's not by arresting in their individual that is solution.
Come closer to the mic.
I said the solution in Nigeria is the price of everything that is costly to come down. It's what we are agitating government. They should embrace peace. It's not by all this what they are doing for us, right? A liter of fuel should be selling at 1,070 naira. For what? You should have mercy on us. You know, yeah, I've been great on both sides. They're interwoven. Kò sẹ́ni tó fẹ́ jẹ ìyá fún un, ó ń gbé tiẹ̀ pamọ́. Ebola virus, nobody, you knew the individual. You came to their office, you now allow them to sit in office. Then Dabaru, why are you which unit of prison? Amorawari, Olewa Lajansare in Nigeria. Amorawari, Arori wọn ní Ìgbèkíké, ó ṣe nẹ́wọ́nẹ́, olè agbélé àtàwọn làwọn kọ́ ní wọn. Ẹni tó pè máa yẹn ṣe you go and call your work. Ìbọn flow telling to them, ìyá àti bàbá ẹ lọ́rùn, ìwọ tẹ́ta, bó ṣe lé rẹ̀ kó o ní tó wọ́tọ́ yẹn. Bó ṣe lọ dènà dé Kàtàǹgbà ní síkà ẹ̀ tó fi kó farada. Ìwọ wá tábà nu election wọ́n sì.
You can use speaking so that
so you see what is happening in Nigeria. Nigeria don't like good people. Nigeria likes suffering. Nigeria is all about a country that the people that have been affairs that God has ordained for them to live. You have no choice than to dance to their tune. With what you have been saying so far, for David, which other aspirant have ever faced this open ballot that this same Amarola choice of people have faced so far in Okeda Grammar School, whichever one of them in this temporary site that they brought this new LCD because it applies to Nigeria entirely.
All right, thank you so much. I really appreciate you for making your own contributions. Please, gentlemen, Mike, you can come back on the platform. Right, he was arrested over alleged terrorist offenses. Now, would you say Simon Ekpa is fueling terrorism in Nigeria? IPOB, the Indigenous People of Biafra, fighting a cause. We all know that. The Eastern Security Network was created for a cause, especially on the side of the Fulani herdsmen invading the eastern borders or eastern region, and killing, maiming, rendering lives useless and homes or families. So sorry about that. Now, would you say is actually or really fueling crisis or terrorism in Nigeria, especially the eastern region?
I think the Finnish authorities have their laws in place, and some of the instructions that have been coming from that end, even before now, must have been looked into by that government in terms of if there is any way it's contravening their own laws. Don't also forget that the agitation to have him arrested has been on for a very long time. And the question has always been why now? Why has he not been arrested even before now? There was a time they picked him up, and in a matter of hours, he was let off the hook. Perhaps they felt he has not contravened any of their laws. And what we are beginning to hear now is that probably as they now see that, okay, there are reasons or there are grounds to begin to ask more serious questions as to his activity within their space. Maybe there are grounds now that they are beginning to analyze some of his statements in relation to some of the agitations we are having in the southeast, and they are now seeing that perhaps his statements are beginning to fuel agitation within that environment, and probably that's now why they're picking him up or asking him questions on terrorism issues and all of that. So they have their laws, and I believe they should be bold enough to ask questions if anybody is contravening their laws.
Anyway, the previous administration, talking about the administration of the former president of the nation, Muhammadu Buhari, proscribed the IPOB as a terrorist organization. This is as a result of the activities that was going on there in his own tenure. Now, looking at the activities of Simon Ekpa in the southeastern region, especially the directives given by him which Mr. Okpara on Monday or so said it wasn't that Simon Ekpa that gave that directive. It was the DOS or something like that, or one particular group that gave that directive. But all people know, all we know is that the person that is ordering the sit at home and is implemented is Simon Ekpa. Now, would you call that a terrorist act?
Let me tell you, like I said earlier, that some people that are perpetrating evil, they will have they will always look for reason to support, reason to support their whatever they are doing. Well, but it is very very unfortunate. I will say, Nigeria government, they are Eleno. And to bad about, if you fight with them during the night, honestly speaking, before you win, it will be very very hard. Now, it is the response that people locally look at, but what caused the reaction? There is tendency that people may forget it, especially when what is causing reaction from your side is not peculiar to your area only. You know, this thing we are talking about, he was just being arrested. He has not been charged, and which I said that his demands will be prosecuted in that place. I don't want them to bring him to Nigeria because Nigeria is full of all with, it's rubbish. But demands will be prosecuted there if he is being arrested. So anything away from that one, it's a law. A lawyer will be able to prove that this Samonekpa is actually cheering upon a terrorist group, and a particular lawyer will be able to come in and prove that no, that is not the case, depending on the law of Finland, as this man said. So it depends on which angle you want to look at it. But for me, you are asking me personally, when some people are doing wrong thing and you want to retaliate, please be careful so that it's not going to be your own case that people will be showcasing. What about their own case? But unfortunately, in a society like in Nigeria, where insecurity is reigning supreme, do you know that what they are doing in that side? If Yoruba want to also involve in it, we can involve ourselves. Like Professor Banja Kitoye came out and said that 39 people has been killed. 29,000 people has been killed in the southwest. That one is enough reason for us to go and form our own security something to outfit to retaliate. But when we wanted to form our own, it's even informed our governor called Amatekun. We were able to form them, and we know how they kick from that side. But their kick was not enough for us to drop our agenda, that we know that there are some people that are after us, and we have to do our thing in our own way. In the recent election they did in Ondo State, they say we don't want Amatekun, and we don't argue with them. We don't need Amatekun for election. That's the truth of the matter. What do we create for us to defend our local security? It's a local security outfit. But how do you go about your own? Okay, somebody is can give him a car yourself with this kind of activities. If they arrest you eventually, how will you be able to defend yourself? That you are asking for only a self-rule, which is not violent. Like I said, that the way I said. What is his name? Professor Banja Akintoye has been in the separation of a Yoruba organization before Sunday Igboho joined. But some of the utterances of Sunday Igboho show that he has trespassed, and they dealt with him. Well, I still dare anybody to go and arrest Professor Banja Akintoye. What will you say you do? Except to coming out and say the fact. Nigeria has expired. 29,000 people have been killed in the southwest. All this kind of a thing. He didn't say that, oh yeah, go and gang up, go and harm yourself, and started.
All right, thank you so much, Femi. Chinedu, how do you feel now about the arrest of Simon Ekpa? We are getting this report from the media organizations like BBC, Cable, The Sun, and some other media outfit. We are not sure of this arrest, but according to what we read, Simon Ekpa and 4 other persons have been arrested over what? Terrorism allegations and terrorism offenses. money laundering, and so on and so forth. Now, how do you feel as an Igbo man and as an analyst? How would you analyze the situation?
Yes, I've always said it. It's not a surprise. It is expected. I'm not at somebody where I go. You will not say because people die in the war and you say you will not go and fight. The Nigerian government bred Simon Ekpa. Yes, they bred him. They created atmosphere for Simon Ekpa to different one. So elections around the world, government to government, network solidarity to get him picked in Finland, where he has been there for a very long time. According to one of the local media, they called him, a municipal politician. That's what he's been referred. Simon Ekpa came to limelight in case of those who we are not privileged to have the direct information. Immediately, Nnamdi Kanu was dead, and over 28 people was killed in Afaruku by Nigerian soldiers. That was when I think he was an athlete. I think from what I got, that he was an athlete. He ran for Nigeria. He won gold medal. Because of some certain incident, he denounced Nigeria. I said, I cannot. People are carrying ordinary handkerchief. They are being killed for asking for their this thing. Just ordinary flag, they are shooting them. Well, let Alexander Stop, the president of Finland, understand at this point in time that Simon Ekpa is not a figure that is insignificant in Finland. The Finnish government knows about him, and I don't think he has gone contrary to the Finnish rules and regulation, as in there was no criminality case attached. He has been living in Finland. I'm just trying to give you an insight. If there's any that maybe they will come out and prove it. But remember recently, the Finnish ambassador to Nigeria, a woman, after a trade conference in Abuja, he came out and said that Simon Ekpa's case will be looked into. If you can remember, if you can remember, and subsequently there was a development, towards a certain convention that was supposed to take place in Lahi, Finland. Where the world are supposed to be gathered, and a sort of solidarity will be extended to the Biafran agitator and agitation, and possibly the restoration of Biafra. We are also having a few days from now. But it was reported in the social media a few days ago that there was someone Ekpa just suddenly disappeared from his regular social media space, which a lot of people beat it down to mean that the event that is coming up, somebody maybe engaged.
Must have prompted that.
Yeah, but I prompted that. Some said yes, he has been captured, he has been caged somewhere. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So we are looking at let him go to court already. The Nigerian government, the military, precisely has always linked him with insecurity in the southeast. Anything that's called some name is insecurity in the southeast. That is the understanding of the Nigerian government. That is the understanding of the Nigerian military. That is the understanding of Nigerian intelligence agency. That's the understanding of the security advisors to the president, to the presidency, that Simon Ekpa is the brain behind insecurity in the southeast. Whatever it is, nobody knows. But that, as it is now, Simon Ekpa is going to be taken to court and is going to face trial. If the news making round is something to write home about, yes, you understand. He's going to face, the court. The only thing is that we need to look at whether Finland and Nigeria have a
bilateral relationship
that's associated with repatriation.
If they have a treaty in that regard, then they will look at it very well. If it is something within the window of the law, then of course there will be no two ways about it that he will face the law. And if he's not found guilty, he will be released. But like bringing him back to Nigeria is going to deepen the hatred the more. His arrest will not stop the Biafran agitation.
It will stop.
Go and mark it somewhere. His agitation, his arrest, and possible persecution will not stop Biafran agitation. Let me tell you, what is fueling the Biafran agitation is still very, very visible. That they are even being acknowledged by the system that bred it. That Nigeria is not one. That Nigeria needs to be negotiated.
Chinedu, let me just cut you there. Just of recent, we had a situation where the former governor of Imo State, talking about Rochas Okorocha, in Abuja, spoke about the release of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. Pleaded to the Nigerian government to release Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. That in that occasion, paying tribute to
Ifeanyi Ubah.
Specifically told the Senate President of the country, Godswill Akpabio, to convey the message to the House and to the federal government to release Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. Also stating that we should realize that he got married from their side. Now, and we are having this kind of development. Coming after a few days, Rochas Okorocha pleaded. Also, Pascal Okechukwu, I'm talking about Ghana Chief Priest. Don't you think the Nigerian government is getting it wrong?
No. Nobody is getting it wrong because they are simply doing what they have already laid down plan against the agitators. It's a plan. It's something that has to go with, there are saboteurs everywhere. You understand? Well, no matter what's happened, you cannot, be able to assess if Finland is a Commonwealth nation. If it's a Commonwealth country, there should be a kind of treaty that binds on issues like this, whether to be tried here or not to be tried there. But we are not going to rule out the Nigerian system, their hand in it, because that has always been their dream, And getting it right is not another thing, because what you have just done now, you have emboldened, you have made some other people to come out and said, okay, let's go there. More thousands of Simon Ekpas, more of Nnamdi Kanus, more of IPOBs, more of autopilot, more a lot of them is going to come out because it has not been, it's no longer a child's play.
It's a serious business.
It is a serious business, and the way the thing is going, and Nigeria is also putting themselves, in a corner instead of looking for a way to look at those issues or possibly bring these things on the table.
Find possible solutions.
You understand? The Northerners are pushing Bola Ahmed Tinubu to take this direction.
How sure are you?
I can tell you that. Okay. That anything that has to do with Igbo, it's already been.
And you think the president will dance to that?
Yeah, he's dancing already.
Yeah,
he's dancing. He's dancing already. If he's not dancing, Nnamdi Kanu should not be there in the first place.
They made him.
They made him. He entered and released Igbo and released Osowore and released all of them, but they kept his man there. But those things they are doing.
But he was arrested in the administration of President Bola, President Buhari, the former president of Nigeria.
Yes, that is it. Are they not aware? They are part of the people that gave the information out. We know. Mike, I've always told you this. There must be a reason why Nigeria is like the way it is now. There's a reason. And everything you are seeing happening to an average Igbo man anywhere in the world, there's a reason for that. It is not ordinary. The Israelites in Egypt, this is why God was pointing to that direction. Bro, can you just tell me that God was actually wrong to have told Pharaoh to let his people go? That they were taking God to court and charging him for treason. I would have taken Moses to court and charged Moses for it is expected. George Washington of America was also charged for treason. Awolowo, Obafemi Awolowo, was he not charged with treason? I'm asking, what is the big deal about this thing? Because it has to do with Igbo. Simon Ekpa should face the court. That's what makes him who he is.
And Chine, don't you think it's the right time for Igbos to deny?
Felani Kalapakuti, he said, look at and go your way. But whatever makes you to give attention to it for more than 1 hour, 2 hours, you become attracted to it. Fail.
All right, Chinedu.
No, I'm here. I'm not going. Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Already we had
okay.
no battery. It was a breaking news, and we
okay. So, yes, whether it's going to be tried in Nigeria or it's going to be tried in Finland, whatever it is, Simon Ekpa is equal to the task. It's never a death sentence.
The gadgets are down already with the microphone and the camera, but we just had to do this because of the breaking news and to show you how important you viewers are to us and how important the agitation for a Biafran nation. I don't want to say.
No, Mike.
It is how the agitation is how important it is to Biafrans or to the Igbo race. Don't let me indict myself. All right. Thank you so much, viewers. Really appreciate you. We'll be back here tomorrow morning for more conversations on this. I'm Michael Adekunle. See you tomorrow at this time. Bye.
See you guys tomorrow. Take care. Have a wonderful weekend.